Alright, so you read the title. This is a FNTD 2, not just a tier list, but it's actually teams. Because everybody just wants to know what the teams are. So let's just do the teams and the progression of your teams. Okay, so for beginner, the first unit you're gonna have is Freddy. Like, you just can't avoid that. And you're probably gonna I recommend that you first get Undead Chica. It's probably one of the easiest units to get, and I know a lot of people that still use this unit, so it's a really good unit. But unfortunately, this tier list doesn't really have the new units that came out, so that's pretty upsetting. So I'm just gonna have to go with it without the new unit. Next, this is a beginner team, so it's basically anything you can equip. I'd say beginner is when you have below 750 FAS rating, so you only have 4 units to place. So your team's probably gonna look like this. It's gonna be it's probably just gonna be all of these 4, or it's gonna be more like that, and then you're probably gonna have Freddy or Cupcake or whatever. It's very randomized. But for the best team for a beginner, flip the screen, is definitely Undead Chica, one of the easiest units to get. Let's see here. What could they consider easy? Withered Bonnie. I use this unit a lot. I still use this unit. This unit's pretty good. You're probably going to want Cupcake, since it's a pretty easy booster to obtain. And finally, you're going to want... You're probably not going to have a secret unit yet. So it's either... I personally would use Toy Bonnie in this scenario. Okay, now starter. Starter is when you have 750 FAS rating or higher. That isn't your 6th slot. So this is when you actually start getting into the game. Your units would probably be Undead Chica. Still Undead Chica. Since Party Like Freddy isn't available at the moment, and it probably never kind of will be. You're still probably going to use Wither Bonnie. You're going to use Cupcake later, but Cupcake isn't really necessary right now. And you want to get your first secret unit in this rank. Your first secret unit is most likely going to be Withered Freddy. I've personally got Shadow Freddy first, but Withered Freddy is the best secret out of all the 3 that you can obtain. So that's when you roll at least 500 or higher, or you just get lucky. I recommend spinning only when Withered Freddy is available. Next, you're probably going to get another secret, but that's for a later topic. You would probably go for a little bit higher ranked statistic on units, such as mythic units. These 2, they're pretty alright, I'd say so. But that's only for starter. Like, these 2 units, the Chicas, I do not recommend, apart from the Undead Chica. You can use anything else. The first 3 are necessary, but anything else is probably fine for your last 2 placements. Now, intermediate is when you have about 5,000 FAS rating. You're probably still going to use these 2 units. You might use Withered Bonnie. I know people that still use Withered Bonnie, but you're probably going to have the next 2 secrets. Pretty simple there. But okay, starter is when you actually get Golden Freddy. Like, you probably want to use Golden Freddy when you get your starter. When you start off. My bad. I forgot Golden Freddy existed. But yeah, this is probably your team. You can switch out Withered Bonnie for Golden Freddy only in endless games, because Golden Freddy isn't really that good. And when you go to the advanced tier, you're still probably going to use these 2 units. I personally still use these 2 units. Advanced is when you have your 6th placement slot. You would want to start your grind for the puppet when you're about to get your 6th placement slot. That's how I did it. This is macro list. Like, you don't need any macro for this. because I don't. To start early, you just start at your intermediate tier. A game I recommend is the Halloween one, Night 1, Game Through on Nightmare Mode. But you want that puppet. When you progress, you'd probably want to finish that battle pass. But most importantly, you'd probably want Scarecrow Freddy at this. Or you can get Scarecrow Freddy in the intermediate tier. Some people probably might use Slasher Bonnie in the intermediate tier. I didn't really use Slasher Bonnie that much, but it all matters to you. Let's see here. If you're not, this is like not pay to win, like at all. What can you get next? You'd probably what's my team? Totally just didn't look over, but oh man, this is a difficult one. I'd go these four definitely. You could go for maybe a Withered Golden Freddy in this tier, but I think it's like it's falling down in its placements. Withered Golden Freddy is better than Golden Freddy. Just be real there. Right there. Yeah. Boom. Bam. Okay. It's going to be either one of these two secrets for your replacement slot, your final slot, or it's going to be any other unit that's your best. So if you have, for an example, a purple guy, you put a purple guy on there. If you have a Dreadbear for some reason, you're going to put a Dreadbear on there. Pretty simple. But if you have a Dreadbear at less than 10k FAS rating, you're definitely macroing. If you don't, prove me wrong in the comments. Okay, for endgame. Endgame is when you've reached the top of the top. So it either be Party Glock, Puppet Alliance, or Undead Chica. And I want to also say that the new Apex, Headless Horseman Mangle, is also pretty necessary in the advanced tier or intermediate tier. But you probably will go to advanced when you get Headless Horseman Mangle. Just saying. So it's definitely Headless Horseman Mangle on here. You're probably gonna have Dreadbear, Purple Guy, you can use either one of these two. Wait, I can't. Wait, this is not pay to win. Okay, that's unfortunate. This is not pay to win. We can't use pay to win stuff. Boom. I really wanted to go for Mango. Boom, 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 and bink. You can replace probably, I'd say, the Withered Freddy or Endo 2 or Puppet with your Apex once you get it. And now for the best team possible. I personally use Puppet Alliance in replace for my starter. That's because I only do Endless. But it's boop, 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 boop. And then probably Dreadbear. And then Shadow Bonnie. That's pretty much it for this video. And in replaces to Shadow Bonnie or the Puppet, you can put your Apex there. That's it. Alright, see you.